BassResinator here. I have a really cool mold. It is I'm trying to find some brushes here. It's a ring holder, but it's a flower. So I've already got my resin mixed up, and I'm using Laura's Art Corner, the sample thingy, and that's called chrysanthemum, which is a flower. And this is a very red flower, and I want it to look like a rose. But this center part is supposed to be the middle of the rose, so I want to use this shimmer, pink rose shimmer in the middle. That's why I needed this little brush, so I could put it in there. I'm using my ultra clear art, which is 1:1. Boy, it helps if I could get this thing open with these gloves. Maybe it's backwards. There we go. These gloves are the tightest things. They don't fit me well. But they came free, so I thought I'd better use them. They're one and done ones. Okay, so it'll have a little bit of that in the middle. It's hard to see it, but it's there. Ooh, got some bubbles going on the top. And I don't know how much this mold holds, so hopefully I have enough. Squeeze that down there to make sure it stays down. Now, on these petals around the edge, boy, this is pretty coloring in this resin. But I can see spots where I've got a couple bubbles. I need to work on them right now. See, right here's a spot where there's one. Come on. Come on. Trying to squeeze that so that it'll come up, and it looks like there's a bubble right there. That might not be a bubble. That might just be a thick piece of the silicone. That's what it's acting like. Let me try a popsicle stick, a skinny one. I've got a real skinny one over here. There we are. It's acting like there's a bubble right here. How do I get it out of there? I'm thinking that is just thick wall on the silicone now, because I have jabbed in there and nothing. Well, I hope so, because I don't want to have big old gap on the side. That would look kind of weird. Okay. Well, it looks like 4 ounces is what this holds. Well, almost. See if I can dome it so that I don't cut myself when I'm pulling it out. Those little edges, man. But what a beautiful color this is. Chrysanthemum. And there's not much left in there. What can I do with that? Well, I have a mold over here, a ring holder, another ring holder, and I keep dumping little bits of resin that I have left over into that one. That one's super sharp. The thing I like about this new one here that I'm pouring is it doesn't have a really sharp point, whereas this other one, it's sort of like it's not a pyramid shape. It's got 8 sides, but it goes up to a very sharp point. I mean, sharp. And that could be a massive danger to little kids in the house. I made one for my wife. It's got bluebonnets in it, and she's like, I love it, but I keep poking myself when I put things on there, and I'm like, whoops, so sorry. But she uses it all the time, so that's cool. Okay, we sit and wait. This is not a very difficult pour, but it is a new mold that I have that I wanted to try out, and I wanted to try out these colors that Laura sent me. I ordered Candy Apple Blossom, and she sent like 4 of these little sample packs. So thank you so much for these, Laura. These are really pretty. I love the other colors that are in the sample pack as well, but I'm not going to use all of them at once. Okay, we've got some bubbles going on here. that is just all of the colors so far that I have used from Laura are super rich, beautiful things. So yeah, if you are needing beautiful colors, very potent, look up Laura's Art Corner. Everything will be that I'm using here is going to be in the description below, so make use of that. So yeah, boom 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 boom. Okay, we'll see you when it's time to unmold next morning, and we're gonna see how this comes out. So far, what I was worried about with bubbles on those edges was not there. I guess it was just that thicker silicone. Kind of weird, huh? But this color, man. Let's see about the... Well, the pink doesn't show up as much as I was hoping. Maybe it needs to be dusted with a... Okay, now that go down in there with a black background by itself, nothing else. But it's there. But look at that. I think my wife is going to say, you're going to have to make some more of those. There's a little bit of overhang. Or over pour. There. Got it. Yeah. And it's not super pointy. And it looks like you can have quite a few rings on that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. What do you think about that, huh? I like this mold. It's a lot easier to remove things than from this one. Oh my goodness. And that one is seriously sharp. Okay, let me show you what the difference is. Okay, see how sharp that is? Look how sharp that is. I mean, this will do a number on somebody, but I always just dump in extra resin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different pours. Yeah. It's, you know, and some people will like those, and that's fine. But this is, I think, really pretty. And with those colors, Laura, this chrysanthemum, I don't know, man, if I like the candy apple blossom or this chrysanthemum more. They're very similar in color. I don't have one of those pieces here. Oh, wait a minute, I do. So the candy apple blossom is just a little bit lighter than this chrysanthemum. Boy, both of those are such color. I mean, I don't know how else. If you don't know what that means, well, you're going to have to learn some male guttural noises. That's what. Eesh, those are just amazing colors. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been fun to do. Not a real long piece, but you know, sometimes just showing people what's available. What I can make if they're interested in me making something. You know, anything that I do. Okay, some people, wow, this is a bunch. Let me start off with this. If you're a subscriber of mine, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. If you're not and you would like to be, just go down to the bottom of the screen. There's a subscribe button. Click that and just follow the steps. If you have already signed into your Gmail account, then it'll just go automatically. If not, you'll have to sign in. Right next to the subscribe button, there's a bell icon. If you click that, that will notify you anytime I do something new. And this channel does have channel memberships. Okay, back to what I was saying. If you see anything that I make, let me know. I mean, if you're wanting to purchase it, let me know, and I can make it for you and get it shipped to you. Because right now, other than frogs, I don't have a lot of extras. I have one of those. I have one of these. Now, I do have a few of these, but they're hit and miss on color because it's whatever I'm using. But if you're interested in anything, let me know and I can make it for you. That's not a problem. But I cannot open a store and say, there's only one of these. There's only one of these. Only one of these. As you know, that's where I am right now. I'm in the experimental stage of my journey with resin and creating individual pieces. Now, I have had different people come up and say, hey, can you make me something? Sure. And then I'll make a number of them. One guy wanted a whole family of owls. I did that. One guy wanted a whole bunch of different turtles with different stones on them. Did that. So, yeah, lots of cool things to do, but I don't have a store where I have 15 of these. There's one. So, like I said, if you are interested in anything, just let me know. We'll work a deal. I do not have a storefront or anything like that where you can just click, 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 click. We'll have to work on how to ship it to you and everything. You'll have to get me that information, how you pay for it and all of that. So, yeah, I'm Laura, I really like these colors. And the little bit that flew off of that pink is down here at the bottom. Sparkly, sparkly, on top of sparkly, sparkly. Cool. Okay. I think I've done everything I need to do. Stick around. I'll have a couple still shots. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Bye.